And good morning, everyone. I am Trucker Ray. Welcome to my channel. If you're viewing for the very first time, I'm one of those crazy truck drivers out on YouTube that share my experiences on the highways of North America, and I love to share the gospel of Yeshua. I think that's something unique that I do that I don't think there's any other truckers that do that. I know there's a lot of truck drivers out there that share their experiences and what they do out there, but we like to add the gospel in there because what did Jesus say? He says, get out there and preach the gospel to the whole world. And finally, when the final person has heard the gospel, he will then return. So I want to speed up his return a little bit, if you don't mind. Besides, I love my Lord Yeshua, and I love to share how amazing of a God he is, and what he's done in my life, and at the same time, I get to share his beautiful creation. And if you've been here before, welcome back, my lovely YouTubers. It's so good to have you here. I'm currently over here in Langley right now. I'm just about ready to go into Costco and get myself a couple barbecue chickens because they're so cheap here. And they give you so much meat. So, and there's a few things I needed to get. I wanted to get some cheese, whatever, and I figured I'd take you inside and show you a little bit. I'm sure most of you have seen what a Costco looks like, but if you haven't, let's go for a walk. I don't know how much of a pleasant experience this is going to be by the look of how packed this parking lot is. Hi there. Thank you. I got to get a box first so you can put your stuff in. They don't have bags here. Oh, maybe I should have got a cart. I'm gonna have to hold this food here probably 10 minutes in a line, maybe longer. This is the cheese I like to get. This is it, or is it? Yeah. You get a big thing of cheese like this. You just cut it in half. Put a Ziploc bag with the other half. These are all 1 kgs. Okay, here we go, baby. Oh boy. One. Look at the size of these chickens. $8, and they can barely stuff that bird in there. Okay. Wow, I showed up at the right time. Can I get a ride there? Figured I'd ask, why not?
So many spots here.
I know. You got to be careful going in these aisles too. You walk up and down these aisles, you will end up with about a $300 bill by the time you leave this place. You got to be very disciplined when you come here to Costco. You can end up spending a lot of money. Thank you. Yeah, so.
Please begin.
All right, here we go.
$18.99. Place your.
Don't yell at me, lady.
$7.99. Place your item in the tray area.
Quiet. Where else am I gonna put it?
$7.99. Place your item in the tray area.
Wow, I can't believe that actually didn't take that long at all. It looked worse from the parking lot. All right. Hey, that wasn't bad, you guys. In and out of here pretty quick. And you can also get takeout food here, which is really nice. And the takeout food here is good. Busy, 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 busy. Costco makes a whole lot of money. Just a couple of chickens and some cheese. Thank you, dear. All right. Take the face diaper off now. And we'll make our way back to the truck. Put this inside. the only issue that I have buying those barbecue chickens, you get them in your truck and you can't put them in the fridge right away because you got to wait for them to cool down. It's never good to put warm food in a fridge. And you get to smell them half the day. Yeah. A little bit of a pain in the butt. My weekend went really well. Yeah, for those of you that knew this, I went to Vancouver Island to spend a little bit of time with my granddaughters. I think it was Autumn's. I get them mixed up, so forgive me for that. But either it was Autumn's birthday last month, and I think it was Autumn's birthday last month, and Abby's birthday this month, but I could have them backwards. One more. And they decided to have a little bit of a party because we were there. And I think they already had a previous birthday party last month, but they were having another one because me and Carrie Anna were there, which was really, really nice. So they got a whole bunch of kids together and they had just a lot of games and fun. And one of the things that I participated in, which I really, really enjoyed, and that was one of the girls, Jessica, just a total sweetheart, used to be a really good friend of Chelsea's. And she bought a little piñata. A little, what was it called? A Minecraft piñata. And so me and Scott, my best friend Scott there, we hooked up a pole where we were holding this thing up, and the kids they all had chances to whack at it, and it was a lot of fun. And the one who ended up breaking it was Jessica's son, which is kind of funny. But that was a lot of fun. And then we gave the girls their gifts. Abby got a little Game Boy, which, or not a Game Boy, but a Sketch or Stitch. I can't ever remember what that thing is called. And the girls were playing with that for a while, and then I brought in, we played this game with Autumn, and she wants a hoverboard, and I promised to give her a hoverboard 2 years ago. And then finally the day came where the box was there, she thought this was it, and me and Kristen, which is her mom, her foster mom, which in my opinion is her mom now, she wanted to put something else in the box, and I thought, hey, I'm gonna go outside and get a brick so there's some weight to the box, and we did that. Actually, it was very authentic. I think it turned out really well. And then she opened it up, and the look on her face, like she was so disappointed that she did not see the hoverboard. She's looking at the little box inside. I think it was a Kinder Surprise. And then I came out of the room and brought her the hoverboard, and I think she was so overwhelmed from thinking she didn't get it, she couldn't even crack a smile when I brought it to her. It was actually kind of funny. And then the next day, I went out to the parking lot, and she showed me how she could ride it, and she did really well. She only had to step off of the thing once, but she rode that thing around really, really well. She's just a natural, really good balance. Those hoverboards aren't easy to balance yourself on. I didn't even bother to try to see whether or not I could stand on the thing, but it's a nice little toy, and I have my friend Scott and Kristen to thank for orchestrating that little gift, because I ordered it, or my friend ordered it online. I sent him the money or whatever, and then they had it sent to the house, and they were hiding it for a month. If that little girl only knew that it was sitting at the house the whole time, she probably would not have been happy. She would have been tearing the house apart. Yeah, and overall it was really fun. I had a chance to spend some time with my daughter Carrie Ann, and the ferry ride there and back is always fun. So we're back. I'm at Lamb Weston picking up a load that's going to the LA area. Buena Park. Thanks, Ray. Thank you. And yeah, looks like we're going to be running into some lousy weather here on the way down to Montana. I don't know, maybe it's not down there yet. It's supposed to hit later tonight, so this may only be affecting the Alberta area right now. We don't have to deal with meat inspection, so I'm going to go down there as fast as I can. I am going to weigh myself over at Viterra, over at the bean plant where we normally pick our beans up. They're going to let us weigh over there for free. I'm really appreciative of that, because that's going to save me a lot of time. It's going to save me at least an hour having to drive all the way into Lethbridge, the detour, scale and everything. So I'm very grateful for Viterra for letting me do that.
So you can come all the way on full weight whenever you're ready.
Okay. Did you order this snow? Where did this come from?
Oh, I definitely didn't order it. Believe me, if I didn't have to be here, I'd be on a beach in Mexico. But I have to work for the next 40 years before I can do that.
Oh, so. Okay, well. Okay. How's that there? Good there?
That's good, you bet. And then whenever you're ready, you can just drive forward and take your steering off for me.
Okay, anytime?
Anytime, go ahead,
right,
yeah.
Okay.
And you can stop there. And you can drive forward, leaving just your trailer on.
Sure.
And right there is good. Alright, so you are heavy on your trailer, but you're not going to be able to put it on your drive unless you move your fifth wheel, but I'll bring this tag out to you. So if you just want to pull far enough off the scale, I'm just going to put my jacket on and
Sure.
I'll be right out.
Okay, thank you.
You bet.
Thank you.
Welcome.
34.4 on the trailer, and it's 33.9 on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, I can slide it because we have a 500-pound exemption.
Okay.
So, yeah. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you so much.
You bet.
Bye-bye.
Have a good one.
Yep. 79,610. Well, we stopped in Great Falls to get some fuel, and all of a sudden this storm is just following us here. Everybody on the highway is getting a dose of this. I bought this new jacket a couple weeks ago. It covers my whole body. Goodness gracious. That storm's following me. It really is. Oh, man. Fortunately, it's warm. It's warm enough where it's not sticking to the road yet. I was looking at the radar and it's better going towards Butte, so it's following us. So we just got to get back on the 15 and put our foot into it and get away from it. Because look at how fast this came in. Oh my gosh. Just crazy stuff. But I love it. As long as it's not sticking to the road, I'm okay with it. Driving in the winter wonderland. I'm so ready for spring. I'm so ready for spring. Bring on spring. Bring on the flowers and the leaves and the smell of freshly cut grass. Yeah, I like that. All right. All right, I don't know how far we're gonna get tonight, but we got another 4 hours to drive. Just look at this. You can't stare into the snow either because it'll actually hypnotize you. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's a bit of a chilly one out here this morning, and we got a lot of snow that dropped on us last night at this rest area in Dillon. It was the only rest area for me available last night. I ran right out of hours. I think I was down to like maybe, I don't know, I was down to 2 minutes. And the next rest area that had a heated bathroom was like, I think it was like 25 minutes away. Yeah, so it's a bit of a chilly one. It's gonna take my lock off. I always put this lock on at night, but I never drive with it on for obvious reasons. So dirt and grime don't get in the tumbler itself or the lock. Look at this. Whiteout conditions here almost. Kind of makes me wonder what the trip is going to be like. But I've gotten through the worst of it. I might still have a little bit of a pass to go through, but not much. The worst of it's done. because I knew it was going to be snowing last night. I knew it was going to be coming down. I didn't set my trailer brakes. You just don't want to take a chance of your trailer brakes freezing up on you. Ooh. It was my tires kind of frozen a little bit, or my axle. We seem to be okay here. Everything seems to be turning okay. Those two are turning fine, and let's see this side here. Yeah, everything's good. Excuse me. Yeah, this lot didn't have any snow on it all last night. None. Well, we'll see what happens here. Hopefully, well, the snow seems to have subsided a bit here, which is kind of nice. So we'll have to see what the road is going to be like. I can't remember if I have I think I have a little pass I got to go over, so we're going to be leaving a bunch of whiteout conditions behind us because all that snow is sitting on top of my trailer right now, and anyone that's passing me is not going to see a whole lot, so hopefully people are going to be driving cautiously. Alright, so we got, because of all our driving yesterday, we got 17 hours and 47 minutes left until we get to where we're going, and we got 2 days to do it. So normally you can do 20 hours in 2 days, 10 hours a day roughly. I can do more than that, but I always round it off to that, to be on the safe side. And yeah, so get as much in today or tomorrow. Probably I'll do as much as I can today, and then I will have a lot of time to work on a video tomorrow morning, because I'm not going to go into LA early to park at that place for my delivery for the next day. I would rather get there later, maybe about 7 or 8 o'clock at night. That way hopefully there's some parking there. We've got another truck in front of me here that's going a little extra slow because I think he's just being cautious. And this is just a message to those that are new in this industry. If you run into this situation, you're behind somebody slow, don't go by him at 100 miles an hour and white him out. That's just flat out wrong. Take it slow around them, because if they're going that slow, they're probably very nervous or cautious, and you don't want to add to it. So I take it usually a little bit slower around these guys so you don't wipe them out. And I know, believe me, they'll appreciate it. Yeah, and there's another guy up front here too. Yeah, these weather conditions they can be a little bit on the scary side. See, I'm looking in my mirror right now, and I'm still causing a bit of a snow blizzard behind me, but it's nothing like it is when you go by somebody and you're going really fast. The person that you're passing literally can lose sight of where they're going, and it can be very nerve-wracking. I've had that happen to me several times, where a guy will go by me and I can't see anything, and like, holy smoke. You just don't do that. And the trucks that do that to you, well, those are super truckers, and they're not real drivers. Professional driver would not do that. They're just steering wheel holders. Well, I really don't know how. I just cleaned off all my my blades, and they're already starting to stick. Goodness sake. These Bosch wiper blades are absolutely horrendous. If I end up back in the yard and the drivers and the mechanic has got the other ones, I'll take the cheap ones over these ones any day. These are terrible. The snow and ice stick to these things so fast, man. It's just crazy. past me, buddy. Oh, he's gonna do it. Okay. I was gonna go by this guy here, but this four-wheeler insists on driving he's almost sideswiping me. Come on, move over. Come on, look at this. Look at this guy. Goodness gracious. It's like, what are you doing? You think that's gonna help your situation by literally sideswiping the side of my truck? Look at, he's almost doing it to that guy. Because he can't see the road. He figures he's going in the ditch, but there's a whole lane here. Jeez. Yeah, when you're in conditions like this, there is no reason for it to rush. There really isn't. Because when you're a driver, the road conditions only last for so long, unless you're in a system that's spread out for miles. In some cases, that does happen. But a lot of the time, you will be out of the conditions that you're in within an hour or less, or maybe a little bit longer. So just take your time. Just try to relax. And they've got sand on the road here. As long as you're not driving stupidly, you'll be fine. Yeah, you got to go a little bit slower. That's one of the reasons why you might want to leave a little bit earlier if the weather conditions are lousy. Or if you know the weather conditions are going to be bad the next day, go a little bit further than you can. Make up for that hour that you're going to lose. It's just common sense. It really is. This is turning into a bit of a disaster for me because these wonderful Bosch blades I'm using, the ones that snow does not and ice is not supposed to stick to, have more ice and snow on them than I have on the entire truck. I can barely see out of my windshield and I can't stop. I can't stop. There's nowhere to pull over. This is insanity. You know what? When I get into an area where there is any kind of opportunity, I am getting rid of this blade. I only have one blade in my jockey box as a backup. And it's one of the old winter blades, the ones with the boot on them that a lot of trucking companies use. Well, I am going to be taking this piece of garbage off and throwing it in the garbage and putting on the old $17 blade as opposed to the $45 blade. Friends, I'm telling you, if you're looking for a good blade, don't believe it when it says it on there that it's good in ice and snow. These blades are terrible. These Bosch blades are absolute garbage. I cannot believe the amount of snow that's piled up on these blades. Using my wipers are absolutely useless. They do nothing. So right now I've got my defrost cranked so it's melting the snow little by little on the windshield so I can see a little bit out of. It's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. The only real saving grace I have is that there's a turnoff coming up here in about 23 miles that goes to Du Bois, Idaho. Maybe I can take that turn off and stop and try to break off the 10 pounds of ice that are on my blades, where I can at least continue on here. Just outrageous. Well, my friends, we are coming to the end of our day. Doesn't feel like I drove 10 hours, but I have. Look how beautiful those mountains look there when the sun is shining right on there. Isn't that nice? Yeah, God has made us some beautiful countryside to enjoy. The colors and the shapes. Yeah, he's a master craftsman. If I could say it. He is a master craftsman. I can't say it right. He's amazing. Let's just say that. He's an amazing craftsman. So where I'm going to be stopping, I got 58 minutes left, but it's not enough to get to the next place, which would be Alamo. So there is a rest area just up here where I am going to be stopping at. And I have, I believe, stopped at this place before. And I get to have a nice, beautiful view of this mountain here. Yeah, I've stayed at this one here before. I don't think there's anybody else here right now, just me, but it will end up filling up tonight. And then tomorrow, I think we'll have about 8 hours to go before we get to our destination. And so we don't have a whole lot of driving to do tomorrow. Now this isn't a bad little place. At least the bathrooms are indoor. You don't have to worry about freezing your tail off in the morning. The draft here somewhere. I wonder if I got one of my windows open back there. Alright, so let's just do this. There we go. I'll park right here. And this will be my spot for the night. It's kind of nice not having anybody here right now. There's the whole place to myself. I will park right halfway on this lane like this because that'll just give me a little bit more room to get out. Because they don't give you a whole lot of room to get out of here. Yeah, what a beautiful view. Absolutely stunning. So we're gonna park it here for the night. I'm gonna catch up with you guys in the AM. Hi there, I'm Ray Gaucher, and welcome to this edition of Bible Break as we continue our series in Psalm 119, in the book of Psalms, Psalm 119, part 3. The first two parts we did 7 stanzas. A stanza is a paragraph, and there's 22 stanzas in total in Psalm 119. So we did 7, and this time we're going to be doing 8. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to the first 2 parts, I really recommend you go listen to them because they are a wonderful blessing, and you're kind of selling yourself short if you don't have a chance to really absorb how amazing this psalm really is. So why don't we, if you can bear through my plugged nose today, I'm a little bit dealing with some allergies today, so please bear with me. So if you guys want to start, why don't we begin with a prayer? Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you so much, Lord. Dear God, I just pray that you would just be with us right now as we read your word. Psalm 119 is a wonderful psalm. It really teaches us your law and your statutes, your commandments and everything, Lord. And Lord, we just want to absorb all of that, and we want to apply it. We want to apply it to our daily life, Lord, and be obedient to you because you are our King. Lord Yeshua, you are our King, and I'm so looking forward to you reigning on this earth for 1,000 years and showing the governments of the world how a real, true, righteous King will govern this planet. I'm so looking forward to it. I pray in Jesus' name, may you bless us as we read your word. Amen. When we see what's going on in the world right now, I just cannot wait for Yeshua to be our king on this earth. I mean, he is my king, but on this earth. All right, my friends, if you're ready, let's finalize Psalm 119. We're going to start at verse 13, or 113 rather, and go right down to 176, which is the final one. So let's begin, shall we? Verse 113, I hate vain thoughts, but thy law do I love. Thou art my hiding place and my shield. I hope in thy word. Depart from me, ye evildoers, for I will keep the commandments of my God. Uphold me according unto thy word, that I may live, and let me not be ashamed of my hope. Hold thou me up, and I shall be safe, and I will respect unto thy statutes continually. Thou hast trodden down all them that err from thy statutes, for their deceit is falsehood. Thou puttest away all the wicked of the earth like dross, therefore I love thy testimonies. My flesh trembleth for fear of thee, and I am afraid of thy judgments. 121. I have done judgment and justice. Leave me not to mine oppressors. Be surety for thy servant for good. Let not the proud oppress me. Mine eyes fail for thy salvation, and for the word of thy righteousness. Deal with thy servants according unto thy mercy, and teach me thy statutes. I am thy servant. Give me understanding, that I may know thy testimonies. This is such beautiful stuff. Would you not agree? Verse 126, it is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void the law. I love that that little sentence there. It is time for thee, Lord, to work, for they have made void thy law. Therefore I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. Therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. Let me just quickly stop and say, for that verse, 127, therefore I love thy commandments above gold, yea, above fine gold. I can honestly tell you that I would not give up my relationship with the Lord and my, what's the word I'm looking for? The goal that I have to walk with the Lord in obedience. To the best of my ability. I would not give that up for any amount of money. This is why this really hits home with me. Therefore, I love thy commandments above gold, above fine gold. No money could possibly take the place of my Lord. None. And I'm sure a lot of you would agree with me. Verse 128, therefore I esteem all thy precepts concerning all things to be right, and I hate every false way. Verse 129, thy testimonies are wonderful, therefore doth my soul keep them. The entrance of thy words giveth light, it giveth understanding unto the simple. I opened my mouth and panted, for I longed for thy commandments. Look thou upon me, and be merciful unto me, as thou used to do unto those that love thy name. Order my steps in thy word, and let not any iniquity have dominion over me. Deliver me from the oppression of man, so will I keep thy precepts. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant, and teach me thy statutes. Rivers of water run down mine eyes, because they keep not thy law. Isn't that true? How many of you does it break your hearts when you see people deliberately breaking God's laws. Verse 137, Righteous art thou, O Lord, and upright are thy judgments. Thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal has consumed me, because mine enemies have forgotten thy words. Thy word is very pure, therefore thy servant loveth it. I am small and despised, yet I do not forget thy precepts. Thy righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Verse 143, Trouble and anguish have taken a hold on me, yet thy commandments are my delights. I like that. Trouble and anguish have taken a hold of me, yet thy commandments are my delight. The righteousness of thy testimonies is everlasting. Give me understanding, and I shall live. Verse 145, I cried with my whole heart, Hear me, O Lord, I will keep thy statutes. I cried unto thee, Save me, and I shall keep thy testimonies. I prevented the dawning of the morning and cried, I hoped in thy word. Mine eyes prevent the night watches, that I might meditate in thy word. Hear my voice according unto thy loving kindness. O Lord, quicken me according to thy judgment. They draw nigh that follow after mischief. They are far from the law. Thou art near, O Lord, and all thy commandments are truth. Concerning thy testimonies, I have known of old that thou hast founded them forever. Consider mine affliction and deliver me, for I do not forget thy law. Plead my cause and deliver me. Quicken me according to thy word. Salvation is far from the wicked, for they seek not thy statutes. Great are thy tender mercies, O Lord. Quicken me according to thy judgments. Many are my persecutors and mine enemies, yet I do not decline from thy testimonies. I beheld the transgressors and was grieved because they kept not thy word. Consider how I love thy precepts. Quicken me, O Lord, according to thy loving kindness. Thy words is true from the beginning, and every one of thy righteous judgments endureth forever. Princes have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standeth in awe of thy word. I rejoice at thy word as one that findeth great spoil. I hate and arbor lying, but thy law do I love. 7 times a day do I praise thee because of thy righteous judgments. Great peace have they which love thy law, and nothing shall offend them. Lord, I have hoped for thy salvation, and done thy commandments. My soul hath kept thy testimonies, and I love them exceedingly. I have kept thy precepts, and thy testimonies, for all my ways are before thee. Verse 169 and the final stanza, Let my cry come near before thee, O Lord. Give me understanding according to thy word. Let my supplication come before thee. Deliver me according to thy word. My lips shall utter praise when thou hast taught me thy statutes. My tongue shall speak of thy word, for all thy commandments are righteousness. Let thine hand help me, for I have chosen thy precepts. I have longed for thy salvation, O Lord, and thy law is my delight. Let my soul live, and it shall praise thee, and let thy judgments help me. Final verse. I have gone astray like a lost sheep. Seek thy servant, for I do not forget thy commandments. You know what I really like about the author of Psalm 119? He's very humble. He's very, very humble. And I really like that. That is something we need to really strive to be, meek and humble. Well, my friends, I hope you've enjoyed this three-part series in Psalm 119. It's a beautiful psalm. I really recommend that you at least read it a few times a year. It's very, very powerful. On the next Bible break, we're going to dip into, I believe it's Proverbs chapter 2, verses 1 to 6. If you want to look at it ahead of time, you know what? While we're here, why don't we just make sure that that's exactly where we're going to go so I don't put you guys on a wild goose chase. I just found something very profound in here, and I'm like, I gotta do this. Yes, chapter 2, verses 1 to 7. Actually, you know what? We're going to read the whole thing, but we're going to talk about 1 to 7. Next time on Bible Break, my friends. God bless you all in the name of Yeshua. Bye for now. Good morning. I am currently at a rest area in Tinofa, Nevada. A little bit of an incident happened last night. I'm sitting here parked, I'm having dinner, and some guy just pulls around, and I guess he wanted to get into the slot next to me here, but he didn't take it wide enough, and he ended up scraping the side of the back of the truck here, or the trailer here. He just damaged the hinge a little bit, but I don't really know the significance of the hinge, if it's really damaged or not, because I can't open the back doors because it's sealed. So once I get to the receiver tomorrow and do my delivery, hopefully the door opens properly, and if it does, then you know we're okay. But I still had to submit that information to dispatch and to the safety department to let them know what happened here. Because if there's any kind of damage to your trailer, you should always report it. You should always report it, whether you end up doing it or someone else does it. Because yeah, there's a lot of forms you got to fill out and everything, but it's always a good thing to let the safety department and the ownership and management know why there's damage to your trailer. Some people just damage the trailer, or someone bangs into it and they just don't want to be bothered with the paperwork and everything. And then eventually the trailer ends up looking like a piece of junk after a while. The trailer that bumped into me last night, my goodness, the reefer didn't have a door on the front of it. It was just falling apart. No wonder. I went over and talked to the guy. It says, yeah, that was quite a bump. It actually pushed me forward there. He didn't even really take it wide enough. And he says, oh, it did more damage to my trailer. You should be okay. And I went, no, I still need to take your information. So, because if I can't open the back door, I got to explain why I can't open the back door. So, but you should still always submit information, no matter how minor the incident is. All right, let's get going. about 15 minutes away from where I will be parking for the night, which will be at the customer. That is the plan. And things have come to a bit of a slow crawl along here in some areas. It's gotten a little bit better now. Just a whole lot of traffic out here. But temperatures are not bad. It's nice out here. And I do enjoy driving out here, as crazy as that sounds, with all this traffic. And it's not always like this, but of course during this time of the day it's going to be, because people are heading home from work, whether they're heading the other way, heading eastbound, leaving the LA area, or they're work in the, say, San Bernardino area and they're heading west to go home to Orange County or any of those areas there. It doesn't matter which way you go, you're gonna run into traffic. There's just no way around it. There's no way to avoid it. Gotta get in this lane here because I never like to occupy that left lane. That's for the faster traffic. And I don't like normally sitting in the right lane because that's all the traffic merging onto the highway. And you're always coming to a slowdown. And I'll say this too, if you are new to driving and you are going to be driving the US cities, you really have to keep an eye out on your mirrors, especially if you're in this area. Because the people out here in California, they drive very aggressively. Very, very aggressively. And a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them have their phones in their hand when they're driving, and you see, and they almost look like impaired drivers. But then again, you see that everywhere. I mean, the only way that they're going to solve this issue with people driving with a phone in their hand is if they disable the phone, have it so it automatically disables the phone if you're driving a certain speed. And certain people that the only way that you can access your phone is via Bluetooth on your vehicle or on a headset. But the keypad won't work. You won't be able to open up email, text, nothing. And some might say, well, what about those sitting in a passenger seat? Well, I guess they'll just have to socialize with the rest of the people in the vehicle, I guess. What a shame that would be. Gee, I wonder what's going on up here. We're at a rate complete stop here. Wonder if there's an accident up here or something. Yeah, this is kind of bizarre. Oh, look at this. Is a pure stupidity right here. You know, where they can split lanes. I've seen guys wipe out doing that. They have really unusual laws out here. Do they ever? So we will squeeze in behind this one other guy over here, and then that way should have no problem. I like it how it says no parking anytime on these, but where else are you supposed to park? So, yeah, the place again is just up there, so this beats having to deal with this in the morning. Look how difficult it was just to get here and the traffic's actually going the other way. Imagine what it's going to be like showing up in the morning. All right, friends, we made it. We're going to shut it down for the night. We'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Morning. Yeah, I had someone knocking on my door way earlier than my appointment time, so I'm already unloaded now, which is a good thing. And maybe I can get to the LA area without any too much problem. I'm a little bit on the sad side right now because I just got an email from a friend of mine, well, an acquaintance, somebody that I know. And apparently a very good friend of mine passed away before Christmas. And the part that bothers me is that nobody bothered to say anything to me. I probably would have been able to get to his funeral. And it just upsets me that I find out about this 3 months later. So you've seen the dedication at the beginning of the video, my good friend Tony. Yeah, it's very sad. He was a very good friend. Amazing how you find out about these things. It's not like I can't be found on the internet. Just punch my name in Google, boom, there you are, Ray. It really is upsetting that I wasn't told about this earlier. But anyway, yeah, he was a good friend. I knew him for a lot of years, and we did a lot of radio work together. And I remember times when I was a single dad, he would kind of play the role of Santa when the kids were young and send little things, or he would send money or whatever and tell me to go get gifts for them, and that. He was a good man. He was a good man. Way down to the port. I guess we just give this to the guy at the gate, and they'll have a little car there that'll be waiting for me, and they'll just kind of escort me over to a parking area, and then I go and check in and wait for them to call me. You just drive up to this window and hand them the paperwork, and like I said, they'll say, oh, see that car there? See that guy doing not a whole lot? He's gonna drive 200 feet to show you where you need to go. I wonder what those guys get paid by the hour. Yes, sir. Thank you. So follow this silver car. Because I certainly don't know my way around here. Look at the size of those freighters over there. Yeah, sometimes you see some pretty darn big boats in here. Big boats. I'm wondering how busy it's gonna be over here. Ooh, they got a lot of containers here. Wow. Is he making me... Oh, he's gonna get me to go right here. Okay, good. That works for me. There's a lot of containers here.
How's it going, boss?
How you doing, my man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Good. Okay, well, I had to go inside. You open up the doors, you lift up your gate, you lock your gate. Or should I say, the little thing that comes down and grabs your bumper. So you get it all ready for them. So that's what I did. I did not take the camera inside because it is a port, and I'm not going to bring the camera inside to be respectful, of course. I'm sure their rules don't approve of that, so I'm not gonna push my luck. So I'll just wait. So they more or less what happens is that they start loading you, and then once you're done, they will give you a green light, and then you go inside and strap your load and make sure everything's good. Put your this doohickey on. What do we call this thing anyway? Temp tail. It's a wireless monitor that monitors the temperature inside the trailer. So you put that on the very, very back of the last skid, and it'll tell blah blahs more or less what their temperature is. That they'll know what the temperature in that trailer has been the whole time. So you can't really ever say, well, it's been 60 the whole time, which you're supposed to have it at, and then you forget to turn the reefer on, or you forget to turn it off, and it's at a different temperature. So yeah, so there you have it. So we'll just kind of wait it out. We'll get these windows down because it's kind of warm here. And yeah, we'll just wait for the light to turn green. We'll be on our way. We're done here. They didn't take any extra time to load me, man. They got me loaded so fast, man. Real fast. Pretty impressive. Now the only problem I'm having right now is I'm having an issue. My axles will not slide back. So I'm trying to move my trailer around a little bit to see if it'll loosen it up a little bit. Maybe I can get it to slide back. Okay, I just finished sliding my axles. I was actually able to slide them finally. They just didn't want to move over at the port. I don't know why. You can only slide them so long and drag your brakes and your tires so far before you start heating them up. So I just came here. Where the staging area where I was at is just ahead over here, and I just tried to push it back and forth a little bit, torque it back and forth, and just went back really fast, and finally it unlocked, and I was able to slide them. So Glad to see that happen. I did not want to call maintenance to find out if they could help me with this because it's a little embarrassing when I can't slide my axles. They need to be greased. Need a little bit of maintenance on the trailer. I am going to mention that when I drop it, that the rails need to be greased or something a little bit because it shouldn't be that hard to slide your axles. Shouldn't be that difficult. All right, so we are on our way back home. I'm guessing we should be back by Sunday. Today's Friday. I'm hoping we're going to be there by maybe by dinner time on Sunday, maybe a little bit later. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I'm enjoying this weather. I don't know how long it's gonna last. Hopefully a long time. Hopefully all the way home. Good morning. I made my way over to the Love's travel stop over here, just along the 15 in North Las Vegas, and I'm trying to figure out which way I'm going to go. If I'm going to go the 15 or if I'm going to go go down to the 93, but it is Friday going through Salt Lake City, so I'm wondering if it will be wise to go through there. But I should be able to get through there before I have to deal with any major traffic. Look at this little four-wheeling we got to do here just to get out of here. I hope this is a wise choice to come in here. I think I should be okay though. Just take it slow, Ray. Come on, baby. Okay, that's the sweet spot to get in and out of here. Because I'm also looking at my fuel situation. Because we're not looking at another fueling station until at least 5 or 6 hours until we get into Wells. And I got just under 3/4 of a tank, which is more than enough. But my def is under half. I wonder, what shall I do? Well, it's settling. It's going a little bit lower, so let's just wait. What a nice morning it is out here. I was a little disappointed this morning. I go into the Love's, and they have these really nice stainless steel coffee mugs, and it said $3.99 on them. Like, wow, what a great deal. And really, it says $3.99 20-ounce cups. And you look at the cup, it says 20 ounce, and you're like, perfect. $20 for these things. And I go up to the guy and I says, why do you have these listed as $3.99? Well, I guess they haven't changed the prices yet. And I'm like, and then one other driver's like, yeah, I priced it out last night. It was the same thing. And he says, I don't know why they would do that. Yeah, don't like the wrong prices or false advertising. And in my opinion, that's false advertising. You're going to put the mugs on there, remove that price on there, put the right price in there before you stack or stock your inventory. It's just not right. Well, you know what? I think I might make it. Let's see. Because if I go through Salt Lake City, I'm going to be hitting all of the traffic. Yeah, you know what? I'm going the other way. I'm going to go this way. I think I'll be okay. If my def gets that low, I'll stop at the Love's in Eli and get some there, because I can get them to unlock the card if I really need to, but I think I'll be okay. So we will take the 93 through Nevada, enjoy some nice beautiful desert driving instead of fighting with traffic going through Salt Lake City. That is my choice today. That's what I plan to do. And as you can see, it's going to be a beautiful day for a drive. friends, we are back in Canada. We're back on Highway 4, making our way into Lethbridge. No issue with the border. I usually have no problem getting across the border. They don't really, I think once they get to know you, they can just tell by your profile when you come through if you're an issue or not. So, yeah, so we should be at Loblaws in another 2.5 hours. I want to give a shout out to Tony B, David B, and Timmy D from Ship's Gonna Happen, the podcast. They had me on as a guest today. It was fun. I really enjoyed it. It was a blast, actually. These guys are a lot of fun. It's a very well done podcast, in my opinion. And thank you, guys. We just covered things about trucking, and it was a great hour. I had a really good time. So thank you, gentlemen. Hopefully we can do that again. Be happy to come on. Maybe if I'm even in the Indiana area, maybe we can even do something a little bit more of a live thing. Wouldn't that be nice? So thank you again, gentlemen. Again, the podcast is called Ships, SHIPS, Ship's Gonna Happen. And you can just Google them, and I'm sure that's how I found them. Just Google them, and you'll find their website or their podcast sites. I think they're on several different media outlets like YouTube and Rumble and everything, I believe. So yeah, thank you again, gentlemen. I really appreciate it. And as for the rest of you, I am going to wrap things up because, again, like I said, I'm only an hour and a half away from Loblaws, and we're just going to say thank you so much for joining me. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome. My YouTubers are the best. If you have any comments, please send it to, or if you have an email, send it to truckerray7@gmail.com, truckerray7@gmail.com. And you're also welcome to leave a comment on the bottom of this video. Share, like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I would really appreciate it very much. The next trip I'm doing once I'm done with this one, I'm going to be on a reset, and then I'll be heading to San Diego. Excuse me. Right in the heart of San Diego, right on the water. There's going to be some nice viewing. Never been in the heart of San Diego. I've driven around San Diego, but I've never been in the city. So I think that's going to be a really amazing trip. So yeah, we leave Monday for that. Head back to California. So until next time, my dear friends, God bless you all in the name of Yeshua. Bye for now.